Okay, so you join me in my home office. So today's video, I'm really going to talk to you about how potentially young people are misinterpreted in business, and also kind of looked down on a little bit. And the reason I want to do this video is that I've had a lot of experiences over the last sort of couple of years of running my business, and also being in an environment when I was kind of 12, 14, 15, working in jobs. And even actually, I think when I was 12 or 13, I was trying to get like a paper round, which I know is illegal, but I've always wanted to earn money, and I think a lot of young people are very passionate about trying to earn money, right? And they want to work hard, they want to develop their careers, and I think a lot of companies kind of misinterpret what young people can achieve. And that's why sort of at the Unknown Collection, we are very passionate about hiring young people. Very passionate about developing young people and ultimately working closely with those young individuals. And I mean, why do you think young people are misinterpreted? I want to sort of see that in the comments below. And I know for me, a lot of young individuals, don't have the commercial thinking, but they can be trained to think that way. And that's something that I'm very passionate about doing, is helping train these young people. And we've created the Entrepreneur Factory at Unknown, that ultimately tries to train people to think the way that kind of entrepreneurs think, and develop what we call entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurism is something that ultimately is the backbone of top companies. So that's basically entrepreneur thinking people that work for businesses, and what that allows companies to do is actually release that forward thinking nature that entrepreneurs have into the company, to let them let go, basically. So young people, what I find is that actually they're encouraged not to go into business at 18 to 20. They're encouraged not to join businesses at 16, 17, 18. They're encouraged to do college or sixth form. They're encouraged to go on to university, and they're then encouraged to go into a intern program, or graduate program, sorry. And is that really the right way? Is it getting people into debt that isn't required? Is it getting people to follow the norm that everyone else follows, which is only going to limit them to a certain degree? Now, I believe that all of that is great. Don't get me wrong. I don't encourage anyone to go and start their own business if they don't really want to, because it is a lifestyle thing. It's a total lifestyle change. But do I encourage people to take a leap to what they could potentially achieve? Well, yes, of course I do. And I think that young people are the better generation. I think that they have better ideas, and I think they're on top of the trends and what people actually want to see. And the only professions, in my personal opinion, that older people are better than younger people are in one, delivery. I think that they're more reliable because they are that way inclined. And young people are like a bull in a china shop sometimes. They haven't got that commerciality thinking. But there's a lot of people that are young, that are fast, they're efficient, they get stuff done, and they make sure that things happen. And I think that the best thing about young people is actually that they do actually want to do well, but a lot of older people are stuck in their own ways. So the professions where I think old age does help is, medicine, it's science, it's law. Those industries where it's based on a lot of years of knowledge really help with age, degree, etc. In marketing, for example, It is all about ideas. It's all about new campaigns. It's all about what's now, what's future, what's next, what's in 5 years' time, and hitting that before anyone else. And that is marketing. And that's why we hire young people. Same with the coffee shop as well that we're launching in January. It's all about your young people that are passionate and really want to do well in life. And I think the key reasons people don't trust young people is, one, because of the way we look. We look young, we look like they're kids. And they don't always like that. And a lot of people talk down to you. And you know, I always think that actually if I was, you know, 35, 40, you would not be speaking to me that way. And that's what I experienced as a young entrepreneur. I experienced people walking me out of rooms. I experienced people trying to bully me into situations. I experienced people not listening to me and kind of demising what I say and then just making me do what they want to do. And I experienced people talking down to me. I think a lot of young people see that in business, is that the older people, they think they're better than you just because they're older and they're more experienced, that they can talk down to you. And I think what I'm going to do as a company is, the way that companies experience growth, I want to change that, and I want to drive them to look at young entrepreneurs and young people and ultimately take that as an asset to the business, not as someone that's replaceable. And I think that's what a lot of companies are doing, is they're hiring young people, they're not paying them well enough, and ultimately they're really just taking the piss out of these young people. And I think what needs to happen is that companies need to realise that the youth is the new generation. And some of the top companies are. So PwC have seen this. Loads of companies have seen this. Air Products have seen this. But a lot of companies are still in that old way of thinking, where they want 5 years experience, they want 10 years experience, 15 years experience. But why? They carry bad traits. They don't follow what you say, and ultimately they actually have a detrimental impact on your business. And what I want to do is help you young people actually ensure that you can thrive in a business. So how do you do that? And these are all my opinions, but you know, I've grown a £500,000 agency, so I think that they'd be valid. So the first one is actually think of ideas. Constantly generate new ideas. New ideas are everything. If you can be an organisation where you're thinking of ideas, then you will do well. Because they'll see you as an idea generator. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't idea generators. The second thing is ensure that you always deliver. So if you get a habit of being that person that always delivers, people will trust you. And similar to what I've done, people trust me because I always deliver. And when I don't deliver, people know it actually isn't me. And where I started to fall back was when I stopped delivering and I stopped doing things on the deadline I said I would. And it really annoys people, and it really affects your reputation. And that's something that everyone should have a focus on, is delivery. Now, the third thing, and probably one of the most important things I would say, is actually ensuring that you go into those meetings, etc., with a level of authority. Now, never talk down to your boss, never talk down to your senior, never think you're above your position, because that does negative impact, but put across your message. And you can do that in the way of, not when someone's talking, so when your boss is talking, don't interrupt him. But what you can do is listen to what they say and then offer up your idea, but offer it up in a way that you seem very confident, and that comes across as authoritative, and that comes across that you know what you're talking about, and ultimately people will trust you. And if you can build that trust around you as a person, what the clients of the business do and what your companies do and the seniors, they want to give you more work. And then ultimately what will happen is they'll give you more and more work because they know you can do it, and it makes their life easier. But what that allows you to do is actually then step above your position, but not before you're allowed to, but at the point when you get promotion, that you're actually that person's boss because you're better. And that's what I would say is the key things. And I think the main thing is, if you're in a company where you're feeling this, and you're feeling like you're being talked down to, and you feel like you're you're not getting the respect, then please follow the link in the bio. I'm doing a free course for people like this, so I'll sit down with you for 15 minutes and I'll run through the issues you've got, and I'll make sure that actually we can find an action plan out of this. Because I know how you can change that round. I used to get talked down to all the time. Once I got walked out of a car dealership, we'll go into that another day. In fact, that's another video. We'll probably go into that car dealership actually. And let's ensure that you are respected in that business. But yeah, comment below what you think, and I'll see you on the next video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.